They say the great kingdoms of the Andals are lost, that the age of great kings of the Seven has passed. But I say they are wrong. I am the descendant of Qarlon the Great, the last Andal King who forged a mighty realm beneath the banners of the Seven. His blood runs through my veins, and with his blood comes duty. I have been called by the warrior to restore what was lost. The lands of my ancestors have been divided among heretics and false kings. The Qohor, whose lands that once answered to Qarlon are now filled with worshippers of the demon god. The bearded men rule their own kingdom, clinging to false traditions, and the Lorathi have a false ruler who sits where a rightful king should stand, for they've even abandoned the truest of gods. The warrior gave Qarlon his sword and his will, and the warrior now charges me with the task of my forebear. The warrior will guide my blade, and I will be his body within this realm. And our holy conquest to reclaim the kingdom of the Andals will be true. For we have the warrior at our side, and I swear to unite all Andals under one banner. For our crusade has only just begun. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Sword of the Evening, and we are back on Ck3 Agot, playing on the newest update, where the devs shadow dropped some expansions here in Essos. We have all the way up from the Sorrows, including some of the wilderness lands from the Great Grass Sea, to the lost Dornish city of the Sorrows along the river. We have Qohor and the Black Goat, the great kingdom of Norvos with the bearded men. There is Lorath. There is the Haft and the Bit. And we are playing as Qarlon, the young sword of House Scourge. He is a follower of the faith of the Seven, but he follows the true religion, the faith of the Scourge. When Qarlon the Great was the last king in Essos, he said that he would unite all Andals of the continent. Unfortunately, his campaigns ended in fire, but the survivors began worshipping the legend of the king of all Andals, in addition to the Seven who are one under the warrior. So quick little look at our faith. It's a little bit different than the normal faith of Seven. We have consecrated knighthood, Scourge of the seas, armed pilgrims, monasticism, and warmongers. We do follow and worship the Seven who are one and Qarlon the Great. So we are a war-focused religion, sept of the faith of the Seven. We are also Andalosi. When Qarlon, king of all Andals, marched upon Norvos, he angered the old freehold and brought dragonfire down upon himself, his realm, and his people. The survivors are now scattered in a divided people ruled by the free cities and other Essosi powers. So we are Andalosi. There is kind of a growing power within our culture and religion of House Ran Enox here in the ancient lands of the old Andalosi kingdom, near the Battle Hills and the Andal coast. So hopefully, as we grow, House Ran Enox will also grow. They are at war with some of the confederated bearded men here, which hopefully they can win those wars. I wouldn't mind looking to get an alliance going here with Lady Aris, the Dame of Andalos. Perhaps we can forge our own great kingdom together and unite our lines, as I believe they also can trace their lineage all the way back to Qarlon the Great as well. So we are Qarlon the Young Sword. He has the Great King's name, and he has his sword. May the warrior bless his conquest. So we do have the sword of Qarlon the Great as well, and we have a trinket, which is the Star of the Mother, which can be traced all the way back to when Qarlon and his followers were burned here at the Qarlon fort. From atop the great maze on Loracion, the last great king of the Andals and Essos reigned. His keep, like himself, met its end in dragonfire when the dragon lords defended Norvos. So, long story short, Qarlon the Great was burned alive with many of his followers and sons during a war against the Valyrian Freehold, and it is through that ancient defeat that we have our ambitions. We want to regain all of the lands of the kingdom of the Andals, which is from the lands of Braavos. Braavos didn't exist, but from the Straits of Braavos all the way to the cold seas of the Bit. So we have a ton of things that we're going to have to work towards that. Not only are we going to have to go up against the powerhouse that is Qohor, and their massive levies, and they can also bring the cohort of 3,000, which is similar to Unsullied. We have to go up against the Bearded Men and their religious warriors. Lorath should be pretty easy. They're kind of just a confederated free city, so we'll have to take down each of these magisters and their forces to get to Lorath. I want to rebuild the Qarlon fort, obviously, to the Great Fort of the Andals, and rule from there, and have the island of the Scoured Seat be our capital. We will obviously have to either conquer or bring in House Ranaxon and their own kingdom or their high lordship of the Hercahort or Hercahat into the fold. We'll have to go up against the free cities of Braavos and Pentos along the way. I do like that armor. It's kind of cool. We are in the 170 start date. So Baelor the Blessed is king of the Iron Throne and the Seven Kingdoms. He is currently at truce with the Martells, but we might see something interesting happen. Maybe Dana the Defiant will crown her son, Daemon Blackfire, as king. We might see a Blackfire rebellion earlier on. We might see something happen because Baelor is a pretty weak king and he's kind of shit. However, he does follow the faith of the Seven, so you know he's not that bad of an incestuous alien. I mean, he did lock his sister away in a tower so he couldn't be corrupted or lustified by her eyes. You know what? He's not that bad of an incestuous alien, I suppose. I know this is a massive change from the normal playthroughs, where we are normally either Targaryen or Valyrian loyalists, but right now, fuck those guys, because we are going to become a great king here in Essos. We do have quite the military force, and I know I've been yapping for a little bit before we get into this playthrough, so I'm going to come and unpause. As we will be unifying the Axe, we want to get the Kingdom of the Axe very early on here. The Kingdom of the Axe is where the first of the Andals originated from, it is said. We do have a special building here, which is the Smith's Walls. High in the lands of the Axe stands the ancient bastion. Its great walls said to be raised by the Smith himself. So we have a few special holdings here where the Andals were first raised. The religion was formed, but we want to kick these malformed Ibonese people out of our kingdom, and we want to retake the Harry Port. Our military does consist of the Smith's Axes. We have some Mangonels, some crossbowmen, Qarlon's Fallen, and some Westerosi Andal sellswords who have come in, who have traveled to the Haft in the Kingdom of the Axe to join with the Young Sword for his holy conquest, to restore the Kingdom of the Seven and the Kingdom of the Andals. So let's get right into it. We are married to one of our vassals' daughters, Lady Illyria Grain. She's beautiful, she's very loyal, she's a renowned physician. So hopefully she can give us many true sons and daughters to continue our lineage. We do have the name of House Scourge. If you guys think of something better, we can change it. I was thinking of just doing House Qarlon, after the Great King himself. We have the Scourge Dynasty. Our words are, we wield the warrior sword. We do have some of heroic bloodline, warfare, ken, and blood done, as well as we have all of the Andalusi dynasty legacies. So we have Crown of the Seven Stars. Our line traces back to the sacred hills of Andalos, where the seven walked among the men and human guise. The father pulled down the seven flashing stars from the heavens to forge a crown for our first king, Qohor of the Hill, setting our holy dynasty on a path of absolute divine right. We are the chosen bloodline of the heavens, anointed to rule by the light of the stars. Iron-taught hands. Let the soft rivermen of the Rhoyne boast of their primitive smithing. Our ancestors learned the true secrets of smelting and hammercraft directly from the smith himself. We were the first to encase our warriors in heavy iron plate, transforming our vanguard into an unstoppable machine of war. We forge our own destinies in our iron weapons, blessed by the divine design. Sons of Qohor. From the 44 mighty sons of King Qohor, each gifted absolute strength by the warrior and heavy mail by the smith, came the great conquerors who crossed the narrow sea. We are a lineage born for empire, promised by the crone that our descendants would carve out great kingdoms in a foreign land. The blood of the first conquerors runs hot in our veins, demanding expansion. The abandoned kingdom. Though the Valyrian dragon lords forced us to abandon our ancestral hills, we carried our iron weapons and the seven-pointed star across the water. We carved our holy sigils directly into our flesh and smashed the blood-soaked weirwoods of the first men, replacing their primitive trees with the sacred stone seps. We do not mourn for our lost hills, we turn to new dominions, into holy sanctuaries of the faith and blood in the hills. The magisters of Pentos built their brick villas over the graves of our ancient kings, viewing us as nothing more but ghosts of a dead era. But the Andalusi soul cannot be brought with Essos silk. We are the line of anointed knights and holy steel, ready to reclaim our ancient sovereignty. The land may be choked by foreign traders, but the blood of the Andals never forgets our crown. So we are very ambitious. We know about the ancient crossing and the battle of the Seven Stars in the fingers of the Vale of Aaron. But we will look to our ancient past and our ancient claims, and we will take fucking Bravos and Pentos. We'll cut these beards off of these bearded bastards, and we'll kill every black goat that these fucking goat-worshipping scumbags. I was about to say something, but I think I'll get demonetized. I think you can put two and two together, something about worshipping black goats and maybe fraternizing with them. I think Damon said something about the Royces being goat fuckers. Oh, I said it. Anyways, let's get this playthrough started. If you guys have any suggestions or things that you want to see in this playthrough, don't be afraid to leave them down in the comment section down below. If you guys like the content and you're new here, don't be afraid to subscribe and join the community. And the YouTube algorithm is really dog shit and it's AI slop now. So if you guys continue to engage in the comment section down below, it'll help spread the content and get more people to enjoy these great playthroughs. And I hope you guys are excited with us taking a step into northern Essos and seeing some of these great models, such as the great city of Norvos. Probably one of the best models added to the game. And unfortunately, Qohor has not been added. The actual city of Qohor is not here. There's a temporary Onyx Palace and the Blackstone Walls of Qohor. But I'm sure that we're going to get a massive, an absolute massive version of Qohor added to the mod eventually. I mean, look at these Valyrian roads. You can also tell where they haven't done any texturing. And they have the gates. The Broken Gate, the Axeman's Gate, the Dark Magisterium, the Horn Gate. I'm sure we will get, we'll get a big Qohor in the future, and I would love to do a Qohor playthrough, and exploring some of the things around there. Anyways, so, First things first, we have claims. We are going to push them. We are going to beat back these fucking deformed fish people. And we are going to take the Kingdom of the Axe, which is rightfully ours. So we are going to declare war on Lord Aft at Qohor. I'm not going to rage a marriage. What am I on crack? We are going to go for our claims, which is against the whole Kingdom of the Bit. We will declare war, spending some of our prestige. And we will raise our army of holy knights and conquerors under the banner of the Seven Swords, and we will lead our men. Quick little jump at looking at some courtiers. We do have some cool, interesting people. There is our Castellan and men-at-arms, Elise Hool, who follows the faith of the Scourged. He is an axeman, which is another Andalosi or Andal culture. Where most Andals went west, the Axemen returned to the east, to the ancient homeland of the Axe. They were found solitude and safety, and while they pay homage to their other powers, they remain secure in their own lands of the ancient Andals. So we have the Andalosi culture and the Axemen culture running around here, and we have Sir Gerald Qarlon, who is also an Axeman, and of the house Qarlon, we are the Shield of the Seven. So we'll make sure we get some lands for our fellow follower of the Faith of the Seven and the Scourge. Similar to House Bar Emin, a lot of the true Andalosi houses have like these two-syllable, or not two-syllable, but like two-word last names, such as Ranoxen, Bar Emin, Den Reeve. There's a few other smaller houses located throughout here, if I remember correctly, or of Andal tradition. But House Bar Emin, here in the north, they're also Andal, or they used to be Andal when they came at the coming of the Andals. The Graftons, of course, the Gigachads that they are, Andals. However, they're more Targaryen loyalists now. Same thing with House Corbray and Hunter. There's a few of these houses in the Vale that I would like to try and get some diplomacy going, maybe marry our children off to them and create some ties, but until then, we need to secure our kingdom. So Qarlon, the young sword, is going to take up the sword of the Great King and the warrior. We're going to lead our men here to the High Lordship of the Bit and take their capital. And maybe we can cut them down before they can get out to the sea. Caravan Master, as per my request, servants have assembled two options for me to consider the role of Caravan Master. We have Slorth Saveth. He's Andalosi and he follows the true faith. And then there's Alistair, who also follows the true faith. Both of them are wandering. He's a little melancholic. This guy's a little stupid. Probably Alistair is not going to be it. Yeah, we're going to go with Slorth. We'll give him some coin. And we will get him involved. So we're going to station some besiegers here. We will take the rest of our forces and we will try and knock out these fucking deformed fish people and remove their shitty culture from our lands. Maybe we'll wait to get some defender advantage here against those 3,000 men. No, we're gonna fight them. Fuck it, we ball. We have the warrior on our side. I'm gonna jump up to 4 speed. Hold on, Battlefield Knighthood. Urson Youngspin. We're, of course, going to knight him. He showed greatness. He's 37 years old. He follows the faith of the Axe. It's not too bad. We'll go ahead and have those two be betrothed. And Urson, maybe you can get some land in the future. We'll take our 5,000 men and we'll break the siege of the Valenan. Jump up to 4 speed. Why are you running? Don't run from me, boy. You want the defender advantage? You're probably going to lose. Yeah. We lost 5 men. We wiped all of them from the first battle. We lost 98, and they were wiped. We're going to take our men. And we are going to meet back up here at the capital to continue sieging it out. We'll uniform, or regroup, reform the banners. We've lost some knights, some crossbowmen, some of our heavy infantry and our expert skirmishers. Now, I wonder if I can show off some of the cool description here for Qarlon's Fallen. Qarlon the Great, last of the Andal Kings in Essos, led his people in wars and conquest across the north of Essos. The Andalosi still fight today according to the tactics and traditions that he taught him. So we kind of have some expert skirmishers that are Qarlon's Fallen. And we will go to the Smith's Axes, which I don't think I can actually get the kind of flavor text that they have on them because it's a little bugged out. But essentially, the Faith's Axes, or the Warrior's Axes, or whatever, the Smith's Axes, I forgot, is connected to the culture of the axe and the first of the Andals. Arkalas has some fucking great stats. Yes, we are going to recruit you. And I think I am just going to send him to nobility. I'm going to raise him to nobility as well. And if anybody has any suggestions for some cool Andal-themed house names and sigils, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section down below. Would love to get some of you guys' suggestions in here. I'm probably going to change his house name and his coat of arms in the future sometime when I get some off-screen stuff. But we'll have to wait for that. It would be very good if we romance our wife as well. We're going to impress her by winning a sparring match. And it would be great if she gives us a son and heir as well. But until then, I think we are going to capture the Warrior's Heel. We're being raided by some fucking... Okay, we're going to push their shit in. We're going to station some besiegers. We're going to take the rest of our men led by the young sword Qarlon. And we're going to kill these fucking black goat shitty fucking... You guys worship a goat. You guys sacrifice. You do human sacrifice. You're evil. We're not going to let any of you live. Then Maith, no noble mind knows pleasure. You get pleasure from goats. Huh? You think you can come to my lands? Our wife is pregnant. That's great. We're going to make an offering to the mother. And we're going to cut these bastards down. Battlefield Knighthood Joffrey. We will knight you. We killed all of those raiders. We cut them down. We left no survivors. Did we capture any... prisoners? So, you're Ibnese. Why do you look like that? I mean, look at him. Look at them. The father deems you not worthy. We're gonna behead him. These heretics, these false men, these fish people. We come in here and continue to cut them down. We're gonna need to siege out just a little bit more. We are at 94% tick. We're gonna knight Elise here. He follows the faith of the Scourge and he is an axeman. Elise Hool. We will knight you, my good man. And we're just gonna siege out a ton more stuff. This guy also has some great fucking stats. We're gonna invest in you. All of these men come into the axe to join in the Holy Crusade that we have called. What's going on here? Our allies seem to be getting raided by some Bravosi warriors. If they call us, we will definitely help them out. I'm gonna siege out the city of Navash. How many fucking raiders are there? Bar Voreg, Faith of the Axe. Where is this at? This is in Lorath. See, like, these are some people I would want to keep around. While they are sadly followers, or not followers, they're sadly part of Lorath, and they have to follow that shitty blind god. They still follow the faith of the axe, and they follow the culture of the first of the Andals. So House Borveg, I would love to keep you around. It would be great. It'd be great to keep you around. Unfortunately, we don't have a daughter for you to marry, Qohor. I would like to ensure that you still exist when we conquer our claims here in Lorath. Our captain has become a blade master, which is always great. If anybody has any suggestions for our knight accolades, I would love it if you guys leave them down in the comment section down below. Whether they're like Crusader themed, Andalosi themed, a Faith of the Scourge themed, just go ahead and leave them down, and I'm sure they'll get added eventually. We only have room for one right now because we aren't that big of a kingdom or in a house, but I'm sure soon we will find our way. Might do a jump cut here while we siege out some of these areas. Rainy days, call the physician, we are ill. That's not good. Time for treatment. Do no more than is necessary. Excellent work, my lady wife. And I will do a jump cut until we finish out this war, because I'm sure you guys are used to sieges and stuff like that. So, after a small little bit of time, our son and heir has been born, and the war is over. We are going to enforce our demands on the bit. To the cocky Lord Qarlon. Shut up, Aft, you fucking weirdo. Look at your skin. Look at your skin. The men of Ib are reclusive people. Though their ships can be found far and wide, they are steadfast allies and fierce enemies, well known for their great whaling vessels. Well, you guys can be my vassals if you want to, and you can just whale and be a bunch of fucking fishermen, but you're not going to hold any place in ruling, and you probably won't have citizenship in my kingdom. Hippity hoppity, your religion is wrong. My son and heir, praise the mother Illyria, has given birth to a perfect little son. One day, child, you will carry on my legacy, and what is a name to befit a future lord? Unfortunately, he only got beautiful. Hopefully we don't die of being ill. That would not be cool. We're gonna name him Qarlon. Drox, Joffrey, Gotik. You know what? Drox kind of goes hard, I'm not gonna lie, but we're gonna name him after ourselves. He is going to be Qarlon the Second. We are going to educate our son. Letter on the back. Passing through my court, I notice an unrecognized face approach me. My most handsome liege. I'm Nayat, you're an Ibonese woman. Don't try and seduce me. I'll fucking cut your head off. From a courtier of your vassal, Lady Priet Dino. I don't know who the fuck you are. You're not gonna have lands when I'm done with you. Oh, you have the perch? Not for fucking long. She has asked me to present myself before you and partake in your court. She has also given me a letter of introduction that only you may read. After breaking the seal of the letter simply reads, Dear Qarlon, please assassinate the bearer of this letter. How about no? You've been marked for death, woman, flee. And she's dead. Yeah, you know what? You fucking you Ibonese people, you have no right to fucking rule. I'm also now being declared war on by the Qohoric, by the men of Qohor. We will, of course, attempt not to eat for our lady wife. We are gonna raise up some men to march on and defend the perch. I'm gonna raise our local banners. Our men here. 8,500, well, 8,400 men, and we are going to march to the perch. I think, do we have the sail debuff? Let me double check. Scourge of the Sea, no, we don't have that tenet, the one tenet that allows us to not get the disembarkment debuff, which would be pretty sweet. We have to march through the Black Forests here in Qohor. The time has come. We will attempt to romance our beautiful wife. I need you, my love, right here and right now. We have romanced the Lady Illyria, the future queen of the Andals. There's 2,600 men. I think what we are going to do is we're going to siege out their own capital. We're going to leave our siege equipment and those men, and we will take the rest of the men to the perch. So we're going to leave our mangonels and some levies to siege out their capital of the city of the Cloud Mountain. And I'm going to make these fucking Qohor, these Qohoric fucking worshippers of false idol pay for what they've done. We know how to use both strategies. We're gonna make this forest famous, boys. We will, of course, knight any man who follows the tenets of the Seven. We lost 41 men. We essentially wiped their forces. We need to get over here right now. Or are you just raiding? What are you doing? You're a raiding force? Okay, I'm not too worried about a raiding force. I'm not even gonna cut them down unless they come to my siege army. You know what? Maybe we'll come here and there'll be a battle of 3 armies. Oh no, they're allies. That's okay, we'll cut them down. Lord Morgan Oxmont, we will of course knight you, my lord. And I think it's only right that while we sue for peace, we take a little bit of this land. You know what, if you're gonna raise armies against me, I'm gonna fucking cut every single one of you down. We're gonna take some land here in the Black Mountains, or the Jagged Mountains, when we sue for peace. And we're gonna make these fucking these heretics pay for fucking killing Andal women and children. And we're gonna take some of their lands as well here in the Clawed Mountains, within the Black Forest of Qohor. We're back to our old self. We're no longer ill. Joffrey, an axeman who follows the faith of the Scourge. He's a trained fighter, a dutiful captain, military engineer. He's a hunter. He's brave and humble. Of course, he will join our court. And I will offer him knighthood. We can grab Stalwart Leader. However, I do actually want to grab Strategist in the future. So we're going to get the Casus Bellum cost reduction, because we will be declaring many wars in this playthrough. We've had some battles inspire many of our men. A ton of enemy combatants had been conquered, or had been captured. We lost 68 men, we wiped them. 3 men, we wiped 800. 1 man to 168. What a fucking ratio. 1 to 168 KD ratio. Pretty sick. Any man who follows the Black Goat will be beheaded. Even if they're fucking... Even if there's a possibility that they're Giga Chads, you're a child. I'm gonna recruit you. I can't demand your conversion. Alright, you know what? We don't kill children. We'll ransom you. You're an old 51-year-old man. Executed. You're a woman. We don't really kill women and children. At least yet. You follow the false god of the Black Goat, and I execute you. Follow the false god, the Black Goat, and I can't convert you. Execute you. You follow you're okay. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. I'm gonna recruit you. You follow a shitty god, I'm gonna behead you. You follow a shitty god, I'm gonna behead you. You follow the Mother Ruin, I will ransom you. You're a balding child. Right, so I'm gonna do a quick little jump cut. I'm gonna go through, continue killing all of these shitty heretics. And I'm going to probably get some land, some extra land out of this. Not all of it, obviously, but I'm going to get some extra lands. And I'm going to revoke... oh, actually, I don't have to revoke. Oh, yes, I do have to revoke the perch a little bit. So, I'm not going to allow any of the worshippers of false gods to hold any lands. Because they follow false gods. I'll be back in just a second. Take it easy. Right, so I've gone about distributing some of our lands and holdings to some vassals, such as Elise Hool. This Lord Paramus guy was already here. He followed the faith of the axe, so I let him keep his lands. And we have given Gerald Qarlon the Perch, which does have a special building, but I think you need to be... the hairy man culture pillar, which kind of sucks, unfortunately. That it is disabled for him. But in the future, I would like to give Lord Qarlon what is called the Crucible here in northern Qohor, as I would like to obviously take most of Qohor and make it our own. Because to get the Kingdom of the Andals, we need all of Qohor most of the Northern Roin, and then obviously the Great Horde of Novors, Bravos, and Northern Pintos. So we've already made some strides this episode, but I think before we end it, I will go after the Lorathi, because they seem to be in a bad spot here. They might be losing this war against the Norvosi, and I don't want that to happen. We want the land here, so we're going to go to war. So, we have declared war on the Lorathi, but it is just for our claims here of Skith the Hide and Aslath, or however you would like to pronounce it. Maybe we'll give them more Andalosi sounding names. These guys follow the Bearded God. Yes, so this lord follows the Bearded God, so it appears that's why the Bearded Men are going in and raising this war here. Now, I hope that the Lorathi can hold on a little bit more while we raise up and we take some of these lands, so we get the war score and not the Norvosi. So we will declare war for this area here, or hopefully the Norvosi will declare war on us. But we're going to march on and we're going to try and take the claim that we do have here. That was unfortunate. We were a little slow on the gun, but that's okay. Joffrey does become friends with us. I probably will off-screen go and change some of these house names in their sigils, because some of them kind of aren't that interesting. Some of them kind of suck, to be completely honest with you. But we are working towards getting the Kingdom of the Axe, and an ally has joined in this war. I'm not too worried about that right now. Does it not count as us sieging here? I think I'm going to do a small little jump cut. Or I'm going to see if this will count as us sieging. I think it's because this is a different war that has initiated, yeah. Our captains become friends, which is good. Can create a knight accolade. If anybody has any suggestions, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section down below. And I'm going to do a quick little jump cut while we take this one province of Lorath. And probably also get this one in a war against the Norvosi. So I will be back in just a moment. Right, so we have ended both of those wars pretty easily. We're down about, 4,000 men from the fighting. Did it a little bit off screen. And House of Barvareg has become our vassal. And we gave them a little bit more lands. Because they are faithful men who follow the warrior and the faith of the seven as well, and we will not punish Kamar for being forced to become a vassal of the Magister of Lorath, as we are a merciful future king for those who follow the faith of the seven. Now, I do think I am going to call this episode here. We're about, 40 minutes into this first little episode here, and we do have massive wars that need to be fought in the future. I think, the Qohor will be the easier ones to deal with. Or actually, the Lorathi will be the easiest to deal with. Norvos will be kind of hard, mostly because they have a ton of men. Even though most of those are actually levies, so we might actually be able to beat them on a, using the defensive bonus. We are going to wait for our military to raise up a little bit more. And, of course, I will go through and make sure some of these houses are cool. They have some nice sigils. Qarlon is pretty good, I think. Grain is good. And then I think Barvareg is good. But we have to go through and fix some of these lesser vassals. And I hope you guys are interested in this series as we have our kind of holy crusade for the faith of the seven. We have some claims already, but I think we will have our courtiers, or our council members, our Septim Sorovo. Why don't you go ahead and get to fabricating some claims here so we can unite our lands of the lordship or kingdom of the Haft, so we can create the kingdom, well, their high lordship. I guess we're the high lordship of the Haft, but I would like to create the kingdom of the Axe. Or we also do have the decision to fund our own kingdom, which I could definitely do. We could give it a cool name, like Northern Andal, the kingdom of, or the Northern Andal Kingdom, or something like that. We will become a king. Our son Qarlon is 2 years old. We do have another child, as our wife has been pregnant for 5 months, so I think I will go. Our nature is recognized. We gained the most pious life of a lord legend seed. Interesting. Commanders are improving, and I hope some heretics declare war on us. We can station some of our men-at-arms, so we'll come here to call it Karl's Fallen, and we will throw them here at Fly Lightheg, I guess. And we'll get 0.1 a day here from the port, so we'll throw our mangonels there. We do have 14 knights. Most of them are pretty good. Some of them are pretty shit. And we do need a knight accolade. We can declare some wars. Why do you have land, lady? I hope you do die. Anyways, I hope you guys are cool for some Faith of the Seven Crusades. And maybe, just maybe, do you have a daughter? We could unify House Ran Inox and House Scourge through the marriage of Delana Ran Inox and Qarlon. There's also Argos Ran Inox. Maybe we'll wait to see if we have a daughter. You know what? I'm not going to end the episode just yet. We're going to wait and see the child that Ilaria gives birth to. And we will see what happens. Our dynastic nickname is going to be Sword. So we'll get like Bloody Sword, the Red Sword, Young, the Old Sword, things like that. A Leviathan. Get the harpoons. We gain 100 gold, which is always good. Pay ransom. Sure, we'll take 10 gold from that. That reminds me, let's take a look at our prisoners from that last war. We don't have any. I did kill a few of the bearded men that we got. Oh, little lag spike there, unfortunate. The Way of the Sword. The endless clash of metal on metal, the chafing of armor, and the sting of sweat. I think we are going to become a respected expert with the long sword. I think I'm okay with that. And we have had another son, all of them. I don't think I'll do all of them. I don't think I want to do Joffrey. I think we're going to name him Drox. Do Drox. We have 2 sons. I will become the... have him go Marshal. Same thing with Qarlon here. Him go Marshal. And we will marry Qarlon to the Lady Ran Oxen's oldest daughter. She's about 2.5, 3 years older than our son. I'm not too worried about that. We will send that betrothal, and it will unify our 2 houses. An alliance has been formed with the Dame of Andalos. And with that, I will call today's episode, and we will see soon. The Kingdom of the Andals will be formed in this playthrough. We've been invited to a feast. I don't really care about it. But thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.